This is activity 6.1 on page 113, optimizing a project plan. The file that we'll be working with in this activity is titled HR Manual Finalize. In last week's project status meeting, the Vice President of Operations asked you to accelerate the project because he is concerned about getting the HR manual into the hands of the employees as soon as possible. You need to see which tasks are driving the finish date and then explore ways to fast track any of them. You begin by displaying the critical path. There are a number of tasks on the critical path. It looks like you can select the printing vendor faster if another resource could be assigned to that task. You can also speed the project along by starting the grammar checking task while the graphics are being developed. You make these adjustments to optimize the plan. So we're going to start by opening up our file. I'm going to go to Open and Browse. And you want to navigate to your Project Part 1 folder of your home drive. And we are now in Lesson 6, which is titled Finalizing a Project Plan. So we're going to double click to open up that subfolder. And again, the file we want is named HR Manual Finalize. Select that and click Open. And before we make any changes to the original, we're going to do a Save As to make a copy. File, Save As. We can save it to our current folder, Finalizing a Project Plan. And we're just going to update the name of the file to My HR Manual Finalize and click Save. Number 3, look at the project summary task. So that's located here. What are the total work hours, duration, and start and finish dates? Keep this information in mind as you work with the tasks on the critical path. So right now our project is starting on Monday, August 5th of 2024 and plan to finish on October 11th of 2024. The work time, 752 hours, and the duration of the project right now is at 49 days. So just keep that in mind as we're working through this activity. We're going to start by displaying our critical path. We're going to go up to our Gantt chart format contextual tab. And from here in our bar styles command group, we want to check off critical tasks. You can see now by your Gantt bars that some have turned red, while others have still remained blue. So if you scroll down, we can see 3.4 has turned red. It looks like all of the fourth phase has turned red. 5. So certain tasks have turned red and others remain that blue color. Oops. Number 5. Task 7.2, select printing vendor, is on the critical path. So let's go down and look at that. 7.2, we just scroll over, you can see that's on the critical path. So whatever is red is our critical path. So that's what drives our project. And right now it has a duration of 5 days. What might we be able to do to shorten this task, lessen it from 5 days? So if we look at it, we can see It has two resources assigned to it: purchasing department, rep, and project manager. We could remove a resource to reduce the amount of work involved. Another option might be to add a resource to share the work and reduce the total duration. So we're going to add a resource to task 7.2 on our critical path in order to shorten it. So right now, the work on this is 80 hours. Duration is 5 days. So 2 people each working 8 hours for 5 days total of 80 hours. We're going to double click this to open it up in our information dialog box, and we want to make sure that we're on our resources tab. So you can see right now we have 2 resources assigned: purchasing department rep and project manager. We're going to add a third in the third row, and that's going to be printer operator. That's going to be at 100%. We're going to click OK. So the work has increased to 120 hours because of our additional resource, but you can see that our duration is still 5 days. So this is clearly not what we wanted to happen here. We want to reduce our duration. We're going to select the arrow next to the diamond and exclamation mark next to the task name. So if we hover over, remember, hover over 7.2 and you get that little, almost like a caution symbol. So we're going to select that drop down. And we're going to change this to reduce the duration, but keep the same amount of work. So our work has switched back to 80 hours, but you can see our duration of our task has decreased to 3.33 days. And if we look at our project finish date, remember it was October 11th. Now it has decreased by 1 day to October 10th. Next, we're going to add lead time to task 5.1, which should also be on our critical path. So that's the check spelling and proofread. You can see our editor is assigned to this particular task. We're going to double click this to open our information dialog box. We want to navigate to our predecessors tab. And for the add graphics task name, we're going to enter lead time. Now remember, lead is negative lag. So we're going to bring our lag column down to -2 days. So the negative lag represents a 2-day lead time, which essentially enables task 5.1 to start 2 days before its predecessor task 4.2 finishes. We're going to click OK. And now it shows that task 5.1 now starts 2 days before 4.2 finishes. So you can see here. So this is where 5.1 starts, September 11th, but task 4.2 isn't finishing until the 12th. And if we take a look at our project completion date, I'm just going to scroll to the bottom. You can scroll to the top, either way. Look at our diamond. It's now October 8th. So that allowed us to remove 2 days from our total project duration. Right, we are set to finish on October 8th. I'm going to go up to my quick access toolbar and save my updates. And we can leave this file open for our next activity.